So the benefits of coming to a shamanic circle, or in other words, shamanic energy lab, or another term that I really like is a shamanic gym, is that there are multi-layered benefits. And we could start from anywhere because there is so much to be spoken about it. So if someone, let's talk from the perspective of someone who doesn't understand shamanism, who knows nothing about it, and who maybe doesn't believe in any of that whatsoever. Even for that kind of person, coming to this type of activity is of extreme benefit. Why? Because during the event like that, what happens is that a person is asked to switch from their usually mostly left part of the brain into the right part of the brain, where the creativity is, where intuition is. But however, shamanic ability and shamanic state of interconnectedness and feeling yourself as a center of the universe is not in the right part of the brain. It is actually in the middle. It is in the middle of two hemispheres. And during the event like Shamanic Circle, I make a point to, at the end, actually, we like doing all kinds of practices to induce that state. So a person who is, these days, so many people are stressed, right? So there is a huge benefit of stress relief, because people have so many negative emotions that they suppress every single day, and some suppress so well they don't even know they're suppressing anymore, because they think this is me, this is normal state for me. And during either shamanic circle or these other terms that I came with, what happens is that there is such a thing as power animal dance, and people are asked to basically move in very strange, illogical to their mind ways. And they are asked to scream. They are asked through power animal part to show their anger, to release some kind of negative feelings. And at first it's not easy to do, because if you battle all the time and now you are in a group of people, you like this is so awkward. People they can't do that. But it takes a little bit of forcing, maybe first 3-5 minutes. And if you continue just to observe your resistance and continue to go through, then it starts happening. And people are surprised so much how suddenly all those wave after wave of the negative emotions start to be released in this very safe, healing environment, where I'm instructing people not to look at each other, to look through each other. Imagine this is a dream reality where people are witnessing each other but without judgment. And when something like this happens in the presence of other people, because some people do release their negative energy at home when they're alone, but what happens when it in the middle of other people near you, it creates such a healing, because you feel witnessed. You feel that your greatest despair, your greatest anger, your greatest this or that is was out, and people did not judge you. People were there without, they created the space for you. You feel seen and supported, and to a degree that is hard to explain. Also, when that happens, that it goes through the lens of you, through the part of you that is power animal, and what comes out comes in a very pure way. It does not come as you grudge coming out from your neighbor. It doesn't come in that way. It comes in a very pure way of power animal part. It's a beautiful healing. So then people, of course, are creating the altar, because anything shamanic starts with creating an altar. And by creating an altar is such essential part, because it starts to focus people out of their daily reality into something, acknowledging something that is always there, but they're not focused upon it. So another benefit of it, of course, is for people who already are practicing shamanic abilities or shamanic state of consciousness, which means expanded state of consciousness that includes everything else, not just you. Because normally, an average person only is perceiving the world through me, through this body. While shamanic means inclusive. You are able to include other perceptions, which happens when you are through rattling, through drumming, or through unusual movement of the body, right? Or dancing, not in a normal way, but in another way. You are getting a glimpse of these other parts of yourself, getting a glimpse of other realities. And it sounds, if you're not familiar, very strange and very like what this could do for me. But since it's such an ancient practice and it still survived, even though it was forbidden and shamans were killed, and it was it was a lot of that, but you will be surprised if you but try. It gives amazing freedom. It releases all kinds of endorphins, releases stress, and because it ultimately asks you to get out of your mind. And when we are able to get out of our mind in a safe way, and as my teacher always says, you don't have to be out of your mind in order to get out of your mind. So during the shamanic practice, you are in a safe, controlled manner, specifically created for that environment. You're learning how to get out of your mind, because your mind is the only thing that prevents you from everything you want, because your mind is the only thing that has this rigidness about you. So when you are able to create a state that even for a fraction of a second or two or here and there, when you are able to get out of your mind, the physical body starts to receive the energy, and people are healed from all kinds of physical conditions. But people who come to the circle with pain in their body and they couldn't move for this or that reason, by the end of 3, 4, 5 hours event, they have no pain. How come? So the benefits is about learning the parts of you that are hidden, and becoming familiar with that and giving your mind a break.